Hi, fourth graders. Today, while I am BAS testing and you're with Mrs. Bastian for writing, you're going to watch me do a write of hiding out from Polo's point of view. We started this on Friday, Thursday, and we're going to finish it today. And then tomorrow and for the rest of the week, you're going to be getting in groups to do the same, to write hiding out from Polo's point of view, but in small groups using storyboards. So connection, last week we read the story Hiding Out by Phyllis Naylor. We pulled apart the prompt using do what, and we completed our www.what-to-how-to-organizer. Today we're going to write the story from Polo's point of view. What point of view is the story told from? And who is telling the story? Let's go up to the top so you can see what point of view. Is it first person point of view? In other words, someone in the story is telling the story? Or is it third person point of view where a narrator is kind of looking in and telling the story? You can pause and Mrs. Bastian can take a volunteer to answer. Is it first person or third person? And who is telling the story? All right, so we know that this is told from third person point of view. There's a narrator telling the story, and that's who's telling the story, a narrator. So what we need to do is, based on hiding out, write a story that tells the events from Polo's point of view, right? He's the shy cat, and use what you know about the characters setting events from the passage to write your story, okay? So when we're rewriting the story, we want to constantly be thinking, okay, we're telling the story from Polo's point of view, the scared cat. Okay, so let's write. I'm going to use my completed www.what-to-how-to-organizer to create a response. I'm going to do a short response. I'm going to leave out some details because I know I can always go back in and add details to juice up or spice up my response. Okay, so remember, I'm writing from Polo's point of view. And I know that I need to have Marco Polo, Mr. Neal. The date is happening during the daytime in the yard. And I know that Marco's goal is that he wants to escape and Polo's not feeling like he wants to escape. So I'm going to just use the sequence events to write a very short version of this, and then we can always go back and add details at another time. So the very first thing it says is Marco and Polo were hiding under the bushes. We were hiding under the bushes. The grass felt strange on my feet. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. Ooh, and I see I made a mistake, but I can always go back and fix that later. There was an odd smell that reminded me of the planted pots of planted flowers inside. Just going to go ahead and fix my mistakes. I'm going to move this down too so I can see it all in one document. Sorry. Just got to mute people while you guys are at lunch. All right. As we were crouched under the bush, all of a sudden, we heard a whoosh, but this all caps, onomatopoeia, sound, followed by pitter patters. I felt wet. I didn't enjoy the outdoors so far. Marco had told me to be quiet, so Mr. Neal did not know we escaped. Marco told me to run from the bushes to the shed. I was so scared, but I ran as fast as I could. Sadly, it was dusty and dirty over by the shed. Polo told me to look over at the fence. He told me beyond the fence we could have freedom. I wasn't sure that I wanted freedom. I think I would rather be cozied up by the fire by Mr. Neal's feet. Okay, this is a very short version of that story we just read, but I used all of the elements from our tide organizer, right? I said what happened, the events, how it ended, that they got to the edge of the fence, and how the characters responded, right? He responded by saying, I wasn't sure that I wanted freedom. I think I'd rather be cozied up by the fire by Mr. Neal's feet. Okay? Now, I wouldn't be done here. I would go through, I'd reread my story, and I'd add details, but I just wanted to show you quickly how we could write this from Polo's point of view. Okay. And also that I didn't use dialogue, but you don't always need to use dialogue to have something told from someone's point of view. We kind of have this all coming from the inside of Polo's head. I'm just going to fix these little mistakes that I'm seeing. Oh, and right here I said Polo told me to look over the fence. It should say Marco. And this should have an apostrophe because it's ownership, Mr. Neal's feet. Okay, so now that you've listened to me write the story from Polo's point of view, you're going to be doing this throughout the week in your small groups. But now, up until math time, every single student in this class is to log on to Lexia and practice. I did see a lot of people did practice this morning when I asked. If you didn't, really make sure you do, because I'm going to be contacting families today about Lexia usage. Okay, when your teachers are asking you to go on, you do need to go on. It's a really great tool to practice and practice reading at your specific levels and with your specific needs. So make sure you do that. And then at 1 o'clock, you can begin math. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you in a little bit. Oops.